By the end of next year, Artemis 1, the first rocket in the program that will take the first woman and the next man to the moon, will finally launch.
As we've reported, Marshall Space Flight Center right here in Huntsville is taking a leading role in this historic program.
In tonight's Skilled to Work special, WAAY 31's Will Robinson-Smith traveled down to New Orleans recently to learn more about how the space launch system is made and involved Marshall in that process.
Yeah, that's right. About 430 miles southwest of us here, the core stage of the SLS is being built at the Michoud Assembly Facility. Now, folks I talked to down there say working on the Artemis mission feels similar to what it must have been like more than 50 years ago.
My day-to-day, that's a good question, because it does vary sometimes.
That's putting it mildly. Huntsville resident and Final Lead Line project lead Yasemin Liagadi is temporarily stationed at Michoud Assembly Facility. Like dozens of other engineers, she regularly travels between Marshall and Michoud to help production of the space launch system go faster.
It does definitely help the rocket get built, but it can be, rather difficult. So we try to alternate and have people that are willing to be stationed up here.
Engineers and technicians have always had a close working relationship here at Michoud, but it was back in February when they really started working on the engine section, when a lot of Huntsville engineers started coming down here to both live and work side by side with the technicians.
It's important to bridge the distance between the Huntsville design team and the production engineers here on the floor at MAF.
Hansel Gill is an aerospace engineer with NASA's SLS Stages Element Office. He says since building the SLS is new for everyone at the Michoud Assembly Facility, engineers and technicians are all learning together.
What we're experiencing is a tremendous learning curve, taking the lessons that we've learned and worked through for Core Stage 1 and applying them to future builds.
We're building the second vehicle much faster than the first one, and I imagine the third and fourth will continue to accelerate, and lessons learned all the way down.
Robert Champion is the director of Michoud and spent most of his 30-plus year career with NASA at Marshall. Like other areas of the skilled trades, he says they are constantly looking to grow and attract new talent.
The people that built the external tank back in Shuttle, a lot of them have retired. We've had to grow and continue to strengthen the workforce. So it's a collaborative effort with our partners here and our primes and with NASA.
As they continue to grow, some of their talent is coming from families whose participation in the space program spans generations.
My wife's father worked on Gemini and Saturn and Shuttle and Skylab. So Austin's grandfather, if you count down through all of us, we've been at the business for quite a while.
The father and son duo say being able to work alongside the technicians building the different stages of the SLS has been an invaluable experience.
Coming down here has really helped me see that just because you design something, it might still need to change. The shop floor is very fluid. Things happen that are kind of unpredictable.
The technicians we spoke with say it's also beneficial for them.
You're in there every day, you see it happening, you see it coming together, and you kind of can foresee things that might cause an issue later on, and you can bring that up earlier, and then maybe we can sequence things around a little bit different, just kind of make things go a little bit smoother.
And the next big step for the core stage is a test next year called the Green Run. That's going to be happening at Stennis Space Center in Mississippi. Dan, Naja.
All right, thanks a lot, Will. And for more information about Michoud Assembly Facility and its work with Marshall, head over to our website, waaytv.com. Just click on this story under the Skilled to Work tab.